Welcome to another episode of Doom Service at Dusk. This is the second podcast of the year. I'm here with Jesse James Dimitri of Doom Blue and Tampora, here to talk about all kinds of things. So we're going to spice it up a little bit and ask some different questions today.
Hi.
So first and foremost, please introduce yourself. Welcome to Doom Service at Dusk.
Hi. This is Jesse James Dimitri. I play in Doom and Blue and Tampora. I also dance. Sometimes. But not all the time. But definitely in the shower. Yeah.
How do you dance in the shower without dying? That's my first question.
It's quite easy. I just put music on and that kind of helps. But you have enough space. You just gotta just put the fucking water on and just turn up the music and you do your thing. No one sees me, but I just danced right now, so it's all. I forgot this is not video. It's all good.
You're missing out big time on these dance moves, guys. So, definitely your host would be absolutely dead if I attempted that. So we're just gonna go ahead and pretend like I'm smoother than I am, and totally agree with that. All right. So how did you get started? Where did it all begin? Like, what inspired you to become like a almost like a solo artist? Right, you're a vocalist. You play in two different bands. You kind of play for yourself sometimes. So how did that start? Where did that come from?
It was a little day in 1988, 24th of October. But anyways, no, I'm just kidding. No, it's kind of started off in I would say 2006, 2007. Had started on drums, and then fast forward a couple of years. And what was the question?
How'd you get started?
How did I get started? Just like you mean like singing wise?
Yeah,
right?
singing wise, yeah.
Okay. Well, I started off as a drummer, and then I just had this feeling like I wanted to do more than just drums. I wanted to be a singer. I just didn't have the balls to be a singer. But I looked up at other singers in the metal underground in Montreal. And I was like, ooh, that guy. I want to be that guy. Oh man, he's doing what? He's doing that on stage? But I wouldn't be, because I'm mega introverted, right? So I would be like all the way in the back, just like spying on them, being like, but I wouldn't talk to anyone. I'd be like the worst media person ever. So I would watch and then I would go home. And then I would kind of do homework. And one thing led to another, and I turned from drums to singing. I sucked. I had a good mentor that yelled at me to tell me, and he just yelled louder because I wasn't loud enough. No one could fucking hear me. So yeah, there you go. And then I turned louder, and I guess I'm loud enough now. I don't know. I hope so.
We'll let the fans decide at your next Tampora gig.
Hey!
Yeah!
Fucking pressure.
Promo! Free promo! Shameless self-promotion here on Doom Service every time. Alright, so where do you like to draw your inspiration from? What gets you, I know you were talking about just now, all the singers that you kind of pushed you to start singing and getting into it a little bit more, but where does that internal inspiration come from? Do you have any primary forms of art that really speak to you? I mean, in music or in film or anything that kind of push you to keep singing and keep doing it and kind of stylize yourself?
Oh yeah, definitely. It all started with Steven Tyler.
Oh, me too, man.
High five.
High five.
You didn't see that, but we just high five. It started with Steven. I was just like a little kid. And I turned on MTV, which was a thing back in '92, and
bring back Headbangers Ball.
Yeah, bring back Headbangers Ball, which tells you how fucking old I am. But anyways, so I turned on MTV, which was on the television set and not on YouTube, and Steven Tyler of Aerosmith was on fucking MTV, and I was a fan from day one, and I was like, wow, I want to be exactly like that, and and it was him, Guns N' Roses, and Bon Jovi. hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. It was 91 or 92, and that's what was big on MTV. And then Nirvana came off with Smells Like Teen Spirit, and they scared me. Because I was a ballad guy, I was just like singing along with Aerosmith, crying and crazy, you know. Like, oh, nice. And Bon Jovi had his fucking ballads as well, and Guns N' Roses, Don't Cry in November Rain. Sweet, right? And then fucking Smells Like Teen Spirit came on. I'm like, ah! But it scared me, but I loved it. Like, I was hiding in my under covers. It was like just peeking, like, I like this, but it scares me. So from that, and then, you know, my parents listened to a lot of folk music, and I turned from that, and I love Johnny Cash and Eric Clapton and fucking Bob Dylan and all that stuff. And then I discovered Motorhead, and then rock and roll, and then metal, and I discovered Metallica, and then there was a thrash metal thing, and then I found punk, and then it was like a whole punk thing, and it's like, and it was black metal, so I get just a little bit from like everything. And then of course I have my main influences from the Montreal underground scene, which is, I can name Fez from Prostitution, I can name Simon from The Naked High, and I can name there was a band called Hollow, their singer Jeff Mott was a huge inspiration on me. And there's bands from Toronto and female artists that also inspired me, like Martha from Lookout and Megan from The Leftovers, and yeah, there you go, inspirations.
Hell yeah. All right. Yeah, those are some good, that's some good inspiration right there, coming from all over the place.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. That's what we're here for.
Oh, okay. Coffee.
Yeah. And that was Jesse James Dimitri of Doom and Blue and Tampora here on Doom Service with your hostess with the mostest, the disc jockey from deep down in the underground. We're going to take a little ad break now and get you wise to some shows happening. One in particular, Drowning in Blood is having their album launch party at Hémisphère Gauche, doors at 8, noise at 9, on August 16th, 2024, with supporting acts from Death by Knife and Exorcist. It's $10 at the door, pay what you can, so if you're not there, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Hope to see you out there, and now we're going to get back into this interview with Jesse, only here on Doom Service. All right, and we're back for another round of this episode of Doom Service at Dusk, your only podcast destination for good music journalism. I'm still here with Jesse James Dimitri, still kicking. So the last question I was asking you just now, tell me something weird about yourself. What's something that we don't know about you? Do you have any like hidden talents or like deep, dark secrets that you want to share with people that you've been hanging on to, and that you're just dying to tell?
Deep dark secrets. I'll give you like a mid-gray one. I don't know about super dark. Do I want to fucking say this on this podcast? No. I mean, like, I don't know. Listen to a lot of 80s pop stuff and dance to that shit, which is really super cool to me in my head. I was listening to Berlin, Take My Breath Away, just yesterday. And I remember that I used to fall asleep as a kid to that song, and it just like, for some reason, it lulls me to sleep and it brings me to a different place. Anyways, so I like a lot of the 80s stuff, a lot of dance stuff, a lot of 90s dance stuff, like Ace of Base. Ooh, oh yeah, that's my shit. I also love horror movies. I'm a Star Wars nerd. I also love movies, just like regular movies. Like, I'm huge, and I have like lists from like every year. I have like a top 10 list of like movies and stuff. So I'm a nerd. I'm just a geeky, nerdy dude. I don't know if that's super dark, but that's, I guess if you don't know me, then, you know, that's kind of what I am. I don't have my glasses, but, you know.
All right, that's from the depths right there. So speaking of movies, horror movies, what's your favorite horror movie? Do you have any like sort of movies that really speak to you, that you want to like really talk about, or that's something that like really inspired you, or not even inspired you musically, but like just kind of like really spoke to you when you saw it first, off the top? like for myself, just to kind of riff off of this, like for me, The Exorcist or like Halloween, those are two, like the first Halloween especially, and The Exorcist were like some of the two movies that really, really spoke to me growing up, and they've stuck with me forever, and they're honestly cinematic masterpieces. I mean, shout out to fucking John Carpenter. Honestly, he's influenced so much shit. But like, what are your like faves? Like, what do you hold on to the most?
But the faves, well, you spoke about The Exorcist. I just watched it like last year. It was still fucking it gives me the heebie-jeebies.
That's so eerie.
It is eerie. I'm having it in my head right now, and I'm visualizing it. It brings me back, and it's like, I want to take a shower. I feel dirty. But yeah, The Exorcist was super fucking cool. What was the other one? Halloween, right?
Yeah.
The first one. Like the original John Carpenter one, dude, fucking amazing. The first ever horror movie that I've seen as a kid, and it scared the shit out of me, was The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, which is like a silent 90-30 film. And like there was a specific scene. I rewatched this recently, and there's like this specific scene where like the somnambulist, as they call him, crawls on the wall. That freaked me out as a kid for some reason. I ran out of the room. Other than that, the other movie that I really, really love is Poltergeist. Like the first one, I watched it as a kid, and I still watch it to this day. And it's for some reason, like, I just fucking love it, because you got Steven Spielberg doing like the whimsical, and then you have Tobe Hooper with the fucking corpses and shit. And I love it. Speaking of Tobe Hooper, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Hell yeah!
Fuck yeah, that was like a
good movie.
Yeah. Documentary kind of vibe. I fucking love it. I love I also love there's a Halloween series. We have Friday the 13th that I really and I love the silly sequels as well. Like, they're stupid as fuck. They're silly, and I laugh my fucking balls off every fucking time because they're just silly, but I love them. And yeah, trying to think of like recent ones, but those were like the first ones that I watched. Yeah.
Oh yeah, those are some solid movies.
Yeah.
Like some really, really solid movies for sure. And we're gonna go back into music now. What's the weirdest moment you've experienced at a show? You have any crazy stories or weirdos that gave you the creeps on or off the road? Just like people that just generally have given you like a night to remember in a positive or negative way. Just like, what weird stuff has happened to you that you would like to share, if you'd like to share?
Let me see. I'm trying to think. Well, nothing against anyone, and I'm not gonna fucking name names, but there's definitely people that approach you in a specific way, and they just say the weirdest of things, just things that you don't fucking expect. Like for example, for me, like, everyone kind of tells me that I sound like a specific someone or like a specific someone else, and it's just weird when they say that I sound like, I don't know, something just unexpected. Like, you sound like a combination of like, that's not what they said, but it's like Britney Spears mixed with like something else, and it's like, thanks. You don't know how to fucking take it, because it's like, I've never heard that in my life, but thank you. And there's also, I don't know, there's sometimes it's just like the way that they talk, and people are just being fucking, like, they're being weird, and they approach you in a fucking weird way, which is like, I don't know, I don't think I mean, we're all weird, I guess, in a way. But I don't know. Other than that, I had the trackside story, which I said it in a past interview, but I'm going to repeat it again. Sorry, I keep forgetting this is not video. I'm doing like video-like things. I winked at Alex, by the way. No one saw that, but anyways. Trackside, playing Doom and Blue show, very aggressive punk guy comes in front of my face. Trackside was packed that night, and it was getting very violent. And this super tall punk dude with the biggest mohawk that I've ever seen gets in front of me and just fucking he yells like, I fucking hate you, blah, 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 blah. So that pisses me off, but that really pisses me off. So I yelled back at him, like, get the fuck out of here. I can't remember what it was that I said, but I was just like, I was being angry. But it was also part of a show, which was good, but it didn't help me because I was like just getting in this angry mode, and it's like I'm not happy right now. And just had this back and forth. I was like, if you don't fucking like it, get the fuck out. Like, fuck you. No, seriously, get the fuck out. He was still there. But he was like in my face, so like there was spittle. I can feel his angry spit on my face, which was great. I got COVID 2 days after, which is amazing. And yeah, like right after the show, I fucking, was walking around and he came to me and he's like, dude, I fucking love you. And he gave me like the biggest fucking hug ever. And I'm like, I didn't know how to deal with that because I was like, I love you too, man. Just pissed me off. It's like, no, dude, man, like, you're fucking awesome. Like, I didn't mean that you suck. It's just like, you're amazing. I fucking love you. It's like, oh, I guess. I don't know. So that was my weird ass moment.
Yeah, there's always one that really sticks out. Usually, that sounds pretty crazy. So let's have a little bit of fun. Let's do a round of rapid fire. So no thoughts, just answers. What's the last song you downloaded?
Man, what's with the download? I don't have Spotify or Tidal. I won't download that shit. I just fucking stream it for free. But the last, honestly, without me sounding like a dick, Berlin, Take My Breath Away.
Ooh, soft. All right. And what was your first celebrity crush?
You know what? I said something else in a different interview, and I said Avril Lavigne. I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna take it all the way back, and I'm gonna go with Joan Jett.
Major girl crush on Joan Jett for sure, dude. That woman is just charisma and attitude, and it's great.
I want to be Joan Jett.
I want to be her. Yeah. I just want to be her, man. All right. And so, do you believe in fate? What's your take on fate?
Fate. I don't know about that. There's days when I do, and there's days when I don't. It's a tough one. It's a complex kind of like question, So without getting into like a 2-hour discussion on on things like that, I'm gonna say both. While I raise my eyebrow. There you go.
A man in a black shirt raises his eyebrow. This is audio description for all of you guys. All right. And what sound does a seal make?
Oh, I did this the last time. I'm gonna try to recreate this.
Recreate the magic.
Me. That was deeper.
That was definitely a good one. And your top 3 deserted island album picks.
Fuck.
Go. No thoughts.
Fuck. Blah. Looking around. I'm trying not to think too much, but I'm overthinking it. Exodus, the Shovel-Headed Kill Machine, Sex Pistols, never mind the bollocks. Why do I sound like I'm taking a shit? And Aerosmith rocks.
Some solid ones in there for sure. All right, last one. Fill in the blank. Taylor Swift is.
Fuck, what did Rob say last time? And who's Rob? Rob's a cool dude, man. I said an artist. I'm gonna say the same thing. She's a cool person.
All right, and I'm gonna come back in out of left field and swing back into some seriousness. What's upcoming for you? What do you have going on that you want to like share? Like without spilling too many trade secrets, of course, but what's next for you?
Oh yeah, this is the time where I get to promote myself. Well, I got the Tampora gig coming up soon. Well, I don't know why I just talk like that. Whatever, it was weird. That's August 24th. It is a free show at Piranha Bar with the mighty Painkiller, which is a Judas Priest, sweet Judas Priest fucking cover band. They're super fucking cool. You should go check it out. Other than that, there's Doom and Blue coming near you. October, I'm gonna say 4th, and if it's not that, then fuck it, call me a dick, I don't care. Which is also at Piranha Bar, and we're opening for one of my fucking favorite fucking rock and roll bands, the goddamn Super Suckers. There you go. Catch you on that fucking show. Come on out. That's not free. You might have to fucking pay money, but it's totally worth it.
For all of my fun-loving freeloaders, make sure you pay at the door. All right. And now another ad break with advertisements that you actually don't mind hearing here on Doom Service. That was more of our interview with Jesse James Dimitri, which we'll get back to in a second. But first, I must announce 2 more shows to you that are coming up in August that I think would be fun to check out. In spirit of our guest today, I'm going to go ahead and make you wise to the show on August 24th, 2024 with Tampora and Painkiller. It's a free show at Piranha Bar. The doors are at 7:30. The show's at 8. Just show up and have a great time. Then we've got Sewer Pool Productions, who are putting on To Violently Vomit, who have members of Disgorge playing their classic albums, Gland, Creme Flesh, and Biological Monstrosity that are going to be playing Piranha Bar as well. It's $25 in advance, $30 at the doors, 7 o'clock doors, 8 p.m. show. If you want to get that discount, why don't you go ahead and buy your ticket in advance and make them all a little happy. And I'll be seeing you out there in August. And now we're going to go back to our interview with Jesse James Dimitri, only here on Doom Service. So I'm going to get real serious on you now, and I'm going to ask you, what's your take on the Montreal music scene? After, being around for a long time, where do your opinions kind of factor in? Like, what are you feeling about it?
I'm just going to make that noise and be annoying. I don't know. It's super cool. So I dig it. I love it. So far, so good. The music scene is great. If you go on Instagram and you know what, I'm gonna say it, follow Sewer Spewer. Sewer Spewer, right?
Sewer Spewer.
Sewer Spewer.
Shout out, man.
I can't talk.
Shout out.
So yeah, go follow him. He basically just, he tells you that he breaks it out into 2. And it gives you like Monday to Wednesday, like all of the shows in Montreal that, as many as you can name. And then like on Wednesday, he puts like Wednesday to Sunday, I think. If I'm wrong about that, come and tell me that I'm wrong and that I'm a dick, and so there's shows happening every day, and there's shows for everyone, and there's all kinds of shows. There's from metal to rock to indie to weird genres. I've been to. Oh, by the way, I've seen an improv band the last time I was out.
What?
Yeah, like they just went out and just played fucking music. It was someone fucking painting like a painting. It was weird. It was bizarre, but there's shows like that, I was just there and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And the first thing, I was outside, just a little side story here, I'm sorry. I was outside, I was smoking. I wasn't smoking, I was vaping anyways. And the guy from the improv band comes out and he's like, the first thing, he doesn't say hi, he doesn't say how are you. He just shakes my hand and he's like, it's not for everyone, I know. I just lost it. I'm like, thanks, man,
Nice.
But, you know what? With bringing it back to the music industry, so far so good, man. I want to push it a little further and see where it goes. And, I'll come back and tell you if I make it, if I'm still alive, We'll see what happens.
gonna go out there and kick racks a little bit.
Kick some ass.
No, but for sure. And like, how do you feel about like, I mean, obviously it's definitely a very positive thing, but like, I've noticed myself too, there's a lot of bands supporting bands at shows now more than a couple of years back, which I find incredible. There's all kinds of new kids on the block that are just kind of making their way, that it blows my mind to see somebody so young as like 18 sometimes just, or even 17 get up on stage and like play thrash.
Death by Knife.
Shout out Death by Knife, yeah, for sure. And like it blows my mind to see these kids do this, because like you never think that like somebody younger than you would have gotten into it, because we're always stuck in our heads thinking like, oh, it dies with me. But it's nice and it's refreshing to see, because it brings life back into the city, I think, a little bit.
Hell yeah.
All right, so moving on to my last question of the night. What would you like to ask your host? I always ask if there's anything that you'd like to ask me, so now's the time.
I've just noticed that you are to release a book of poems on Amazon. No one sees this, but I just took a stance like I'm nonchalant God right now. And where did those poems come from? What inspired you to write them, Alex?
Damn, okay, so long before Doom Service ever even took off or became a long time ago in a galaxy far away, before Doom Service, before I even got a chance to conceptualize this, I ended up getting into Charles Bukowski and his works.
Nice.
I read Love is a Dog from Hell for the first time when I was 16 years old, and it really pushed this like fire into me that kind of just ignited out of nowhere, and I started writing poetry, and I tried to emulate that style. And then as I got older, obviously, the more I wrote, the more I found my own voice.
Nice.
And then some really, really traumatic, awful turmoil type shit happened when I was like 18 years old. That kind of pushed me to write more. No, whatever you guys are thinking, just to dispel any sort of potential rumors, there was no, trigger warning for anybody who might be, and I'm very sensitive to this, but it was no sexual assault or anything. I just got mugged.
Thanks. This is getting weird.
Yeah, it was getting really, really dark. No, I got mugged. Some other very socially unacceptable things happened around that. But at the end of the day, I ended up taking to writing to kind of express my feelings of heartbreak for something completely unrelated that happened before that, and just like kind of poured myself into telling my story, really.
Nice.
So I ended up telling my story, and now I'm publishing it, and I can't wait. I really, really can't wait to get that out there. Yeah, you're definitely going to see a softer side of Doom Service with this poetry book that's coming out. I've been promoting it on Doom Service so that, you guys can kind of see that softer side, and that you can kind of get more of an idea of who your host is outside of, the cowboy hat with the pentagram and the star cutout platforms and all of that. There's a whole other side that I haven't explored with you guys yet, and I'm excited to share with everybody.
That's cool, man. We do have that in common, though, because I kind of do the same thing. I just write. Well, it's not that blunt or honest, or like it's based on dark shit. I just pass it through like a filter, and it could be about like everything. I know exactly what I'm writing about, but I kind of put it through a filter that hopefully can relate to other people. That's what I'm aiming for, and maybe someone else can read and be like, oh shit, this speaks to me because this happened to me, so I can relate to this. Interesting, or maybe it can bring someone happiness and be like, hey, actually what it can do is make you feel that you're not alone.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you're like, oh shit, someone else went through this. Like, this didn't only happen to me, this happened to someone else. I no longer feel alone, and I feel exactly like this person feels. Interesting. I suddenly feel just maybe not a lot better, but maybe slightly better. And maybe with that slightly better, you can push it to feel a little bit more better. There you go. I just fucking became smart.
We're getting deep on this episode today. Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely agree with that. And that's the aim of this book, is just to relate to people. And hopefully somebody who's feeling as shitty as I was once can kind of see this and be like, oh my God, finally, I know that I'm not alone and that I have people who are listening to me and really... who are maybe not listening, but like who feel the same way, and so in exchange I feel listened to. I mean, that's the goal, right? At the end of the day, we all just want to feel heard, we all want to feel justified, and I'm here and I'm alive, and I want to be experienced and perceived, and yeah, so I hope that that's what that brings, you know, like to talk about that. Yeah, I hope that that's what that brings to everybody, and I hope they enjoy it, because it's been years in the making. Honestly, I've been writing since I was 16 or 17 years old. So
yeah, that's a long goddamn time.
Yeah, I've got poems and poems and poems. I've got like 2 more books in me right now.
I was just gonna
right
ask,
on the fly.
I was just gonna ask, is there a I the Poet Part 2?
There will not be an I the Poet Part 2, but there will definitely be more from that side of me for sure. I will definitely be releasing more poetry books. Some of them about the Montreal nightlife and the music scene.
What?
So that will definitely be a little bit more closely tied with Doom Service, I think, to kind of give you guys an idea of where my head was at so long.
No, I'm stoked for that one. Well, definitely go by the poems one, because like that's interesting. But to this whole nightlife thing, are you gonna tell stories of like shit that happened like in the nightlife, like at shows, or?
It's a little bit of like how I navigated being so young and fresh and like a college dropout, trying to find my way in the world and trying to find my place in the music scene. Definitely some stories of nightlife and some characters that you meet along the way and things like that. I've got some ideas of how to integrate new stuff into there. But there are a lot of poems that I wrote at the time, in real time, of those moments that I want to share with you all. Will probably be very closely linked to the release of the Doom Service website, which is always under construction. One day, much like these orange cones, perhaps we will, the hope for them to go away, at least in my case, they will go away sometime soon. Hopefully, we're going to get there. We're going to get there.
There you go. Okay.
All right. Well, this has been Jesse, James, Dimitri on Doom Service at Dusk, coming at you live, not really, from this fair balcony somewhere very close to a home or studio or dwelling in this very fine city. Big thank you to you for joining me tonight for this interview, and be sure to catch the next one coming soon, because Doom Service is not stopping anytime soon. And you know what I'm going to say, because I say it all the time, at your Doom Service, baby.
Oh yeah.